This is xyspark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity. Hello, good morning. How are you guys doing? It's so good to be here with you on one more day. It's a Monday. It's Monday, May the 30th. I hope that you guys have all had a wonderful weekend and that you're ready again to start your day, your new week. I know for some of you, you may work on shift and you don't really have a weekend or a week beginning based on your work cycle. But whatever it is, we just want to say welcome, and it's a Monday, and whatever shift we work on, it doesn't change that it's Monday, May the 30th, 2022. Right now we are sitting here in northern Alberta. It's round about 9 degrees, or rather 5 degrees, feels like three, and we continue to enjoy warmer weather. I do hope that you guys are all getting saturated in summer. I do hope that you have all been enjoying some great weather where you were located across the planet. Want to send a huge shout out to all our faithful listeners down there in places like New Zealand and Australia, those who are in the United Kingdom. You may be joining us in places from South America and in the Caribbean. We appreciate you. To our regular listeners, you are here in North America. The program started with you, and we want to say thank you for your continued support here by listening, liking, sharing, downloading, and commenting on how these podcasts have helped you on your journey from day to day. I also want to acknowledge all our patrons. Our patrons, you know that XY Spark could not and would not continue without you. So thank you for being a part of the XY Spark family. Today, we are here to talk about Motivation Monday. Are you motivated? Are you empowered? Are you reaching your goals? Are you the person that have been very, very consistent and persistent with following through in doing those things that is going to help you to be the best version of yourself? And so, whatever that looks like, and whatever you are doing, we hope that it's working well for you. And so we just want to remind you, if this is your first time joining us here on XY Spark, you are welcome to become a patron. You can become a patron for as low as $10 a month. And so you just need to go on the Podbean app, click on Become a Patron, and you can become a part of the XY Spark Holistic Healthy Masculinity community. We continue to remind you that Morning Mania is a program designed to provide a meal in the morning for men on the move with daily motivation, inspiration, and life coaching tips that seek to motivate, empower, and nurture a changed mindset. I am your boy and men's life coach, Rolando. Motivation Monday. You know, until you are placed in a situation and until you have the experience, it is much easier for you to stand on the outside and look in and say all the right things or perceive that you're saying all the right things. It's easy for you to stand on the outside and seek to inject some humor of whatever type it is, whether it is clean or X rated. And you can seek to do that with the intent that it will help to cheer somebody along, it will help to boost or lift somebody's spirit. But until you are sitting in their seat, you can't fully relate to the pain, to the anguish, to the hurt that they are feeling. They may be looking quite well on the outside, but deep within, they are struggling. They are hurting. And so, how does one stay motivated when they are feeling and they're experiencing those feelings of emptiness, loneliness, sadness, and pain? How do we recover? How do we regain our momentum? How do we develop an attitude that is going to drive us to the next step where we are able to overcome and to override the plans of those persons or those situations that seem to have taken away our drive and determination? And so today I would like to talk with us a little bit about when you are experiencing those things, because as I am sitting here speaking to you today, I am currently experiencing some of those feelings. The feeling of pain has been very present with me over the past 5 to 6 weeks as I've experienced severe loss. And yes, there are those days rather when I do feel discouraged. There are those days when I wish I didn't have to do anything. There are those days when I wish I had a good Samaritan who would just come along and say to me, Rolando, don't worry, I got you. But there are some of us who we are more affluent than others, and so we are able to participate in not just the thought of having a good Samaritan, but we're able to participate in the luxury of having a literal good Samaritan where we can enjoy those luxuries. But if and when you don't, do you have an option? Do I have an option? It's that time when we are challenged to press. We become dependent on only adrenaline, and we have to just press. We don't want, but it's as if we have to, not because we don't have a choice, but oftentimes because there are people depending on us. And the minute we decide to quit, the minute we decide to stop pressing, that's the very moment when things start crumbling down. That's when you recognize that there are so many things and so many persons around you who their survival depends on you. But whose survival do you depend on? Let me answer that for you. Your survival depends on you, and you have got to take the responsibility to press. You have got to seek to find that niche where every now and then you sit in a quiet space and just reflect. Sometimes you may need to just jump on your bike and go for a ride. Jump on your motorcycle and go for a ride. Sometimes you may just need to go for a long walk or take a jog. Sometimes you may need to just put in your favorite kind of music and listen to it low. Sometimes you may need to just enjoy the luxury of the silence. so that your brain can be massaged with the reality that life doesn't always need to be noisy and chaotic. It sometimes can be calm, cool, and collective. You see, the mind does not need to be constantly bombarded with noise pollution or with voices or with sounds from all different places. Sometimes the mind will benefit from quietude. So, motivation is recognizing that there is a time and a place for everything. You know, one writer said that there's a time and place for everything under the sun, a time to plant and a time to reap, a time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to reap and a time to plant, a time to sow and a time to pluck up that which was planted. So, yes, motivation challenges us, it challenges you, and it challenges me to look for those opportunities and seek to apply ourselves in those times when we need to so that we can grow. I would like to share with you this morning a special quote. I came upon this quote and I said it's such a beautiful quote that I wanted to share it with you, my listeners. A quote from Bonnie L. Maher. It says, and I quote, "Life is not a race, but indeed a journey. Be honest. Work hard. Be choosy. Say thank you. I love you. And great job to someone each day. Go to church. Take time for prayer. It says the Lord give it and the Lord take it. Let your handshake mean more than pen and paper. Love your life and what you've been given. It is not accidental. Search for your purpose and do it as best you can. Dreaming does matter. It allows you to become that which you aspire to be. Laugh often. Appreciate the little things in life and enjoy them. Some of the best things really are free. Do not worry. Less wrinkles are more becoming. Forgive. It frees the soul. Take time for yourself. Plan for longevity. Recognize the special people you've been blessed to know. Live for today and enjoy the moment. End quote from Bonnie L. Maher. As you experience life, it's important to remember that if you're going to stay motivated, you've got to learn to appreciate the small things. And that's what I have learned over the past 5 to 6 weeks. I've learned to appreciate the small things. I've learned to embrace the reality that life is a cycle. Life is a journey. Life has smooth path and it has potholes. Life comes to us each day in whatever package it chooses to. If you and I are going to stay motivated, we've got to remember that as those packages are delivered to us, we've got to take them and we have got to face them and do the best we can to cope as we go through this process of life. This is your boy and the men's life coach Rolando. And thank you for joining us here again at xyspark. And we continue to remind you that at xyspark, we believe that there is a spark in you. This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity.